Hello, this is Greg Allison, Green Greg. It's coming to you on the 4th of August, 2021. I am on deck. Is 21:01, 23:01 hours Central Daylight Time. Yeah, have to excuse me when I'm going live. My attention is distracted by trying to mute the screen that pops up on Google for YouTube. All right, very good, my friends. Listen, guys, the tensions, as I said, are going nuts right now in the world. I mean, right now, the biggest war games ever in 40 years are being conducted by the Navy in both the Atlantic and the Pacific. And, you know, we had said that we were only geared up for a one theater war in the United States. We could only handle like one country, one ocean, that we were scaled back so we couldn't do any more than that. We really haven't scaled up to handle it this way. So what are we doing? Why are we doing it? Why is the sudden urgency? Well, apparently it's got to do with Russia and China. The tensions are building up there. So our country is supposedly trying to get prepared for that. Why now? And you know, the last time this happened was in apparently the early 1980s. 40 years ago, I was a soldier at Fort Greely, Alaska. Yeah, Fort Greely, Alaska, August of 1981. Yeah, I'd already started the North Star L5 Society. And one of our members was a guy who did a video on this channel with Ed Kiker. Now, that was a long time ago. So suddenly we are gearing up and doing major naval exercises. So I need to go over here and share an article. Let's have a look at it and see what it's saying about this stuff, guys. Just give me a second. Let me pull up the right thing here. And one momentum, please. Now we're going right now. Oh, yeah. Here we are, guys. Biggest war games in 40 years. Wow. Can you believe it? And what's this in this article? To prepare for WW3 across 17 time zones amid tensions with Russia, China, and Iran. Thousands of Marines and sailors taking part. And let's check this out. It's supposed to last until August the 16th. So this is going to go on for 2 weeks, my friends. 2 weeks. Global conflict. So we're supposed to be showing our readiness for global conflict. Like I said in the recent video, yeah, we might be good for short order, but we don't have a large store of munitions for long duration conflict. At least that's what's alleged with all these modern weapons that we've got that are also electronic these days. But it remains unknown if China and Russia will pay attention to the war games, or if they will be interpreted as an act of aggression. I mean, maybe Russia and China would think, you know, hey, this is our last stand. Maybe they would think that we would try to take a preemptive strike here as we're sliding down the, you know, into oblivion as a world power. Well, we're not quite sliding into oblivion as a world power, but that's what they're trying to tell the world. So I don't know, guys. Do they believe that? They think that we would hit them now, that this would, you know, a lot of people think that if you were going to make a strike, that you would have a big war game first, so that your deployments would just be for training, and then suddenly they go hot. I don't think that's what we're doing here. Let's just hope not. So, but look, it says it's thought that 36 ships and more than 50 virtual units will take part in missions alongside military and civilians. Oh, look at it. So all the ships we got, we're only putting 36 ships in play. This is the biggest game in 40 years. I don't know, guys. Kind of odd here. We're talking about the rising threats. American officials fear that the Chinese invasion of Taiwan is closer than we think. And here I don't agree with this at all. Taiwan broke away from China in 1949. No, it did not. The People's Republic of China never had as part of their government the Republic of China, which became Taiwan, which is Taiwan, which predated the People's Republic of China. They went to exile in Taiwan. There was never a breakaway. So the article is an error with this. This article is wrong on this accord. So yeah. So China's repeatedly said they will take it by force if necessary by 2050. But they're going to have it by 2050. Well, if we can put them off to 2050, by then the Chinese population will have aged to the point they just may not be able to pull it off. So they should very go just to keep putting this off. They're showing strength and solidarity enough to deter them from making such a move. As I said, we can also reduce our trade with China, which will take a lot of the wind out of their sails, because that's where they get their gasoline to run their economy to pull these games. Beijing continues to stage war games off the coast of the island, what's widely deemed as a dress rehearsal for invasion. Yeah, well, that probably is. And then here's this. Vladimir Putin boasted his hypersonic missiles can deliver unpreventable strike against Moscow's enemies. So he's saying, hey, we can win. See this? But he's also warning us not to put hypersonic missiles in Europe. We can have them, and they can be aimed at, and they can hit Europe, but you can't put them here. Now, what they warned about here was this inadvertent conflict if the U.S. pushed ahead with deployment of hypersonic rockets in Europe. Mind you, we don't have any hypersonic rockets that are working in the United States. We'll get to that in a minute. So, and here's the issue. I have talked about this many times on my channel, vis-a-vis the dangers of a war between Pakistan and India being much higher than between Russia and America, because in Russia and America, you have a longer flight time, so you can determine if this is a real attack or not. But when you have less flight time to judge by, you may make mistakes, and that's what they're warning about here with hyper. And I said that hypersonic weapons had the same potential to lower the flight time and cause error. And indeed, the Russians have agreed. Their short flight time would leave Russia with little to no decision time to raise the likelihood of inadvertent conflict. I.e., they might go to war accidentally because they thought we were attacking them. Well, that may happen the other way. I mean, Russia, you just deployed this stuff yourself. Come on. Maybe what we need is a ban of hypersonic missiles, because they definitely lower the threshold of time that you've got to determine if the attack is real or not. And unfortunately, Moscow has them. And so we might just think, hey, we're under attack, and we may not be. So that situation works both ways. Mad Vladimir, it works both ways. So, and anyway, very interesting stuff here, my friends. So talk about all these things Russia's doing, how ready they are. I contrast this to what's happening with our missile programs. Oh, is that it? That's not it. That's some stupid ad that's popped up. Where's it at? Used for Walton Beach. Oh, how that closed the ad. I think I lost the article. Actually, I was trying to show an article from Edmund Air Force. So I clicked the back button. Here we are. There it is. Forwarded to an ad. Missile fizzle. Eglin connected hypersonic weapon fails again. Fails testing. For the second time in 4 months, testing of a hypersonic missile under development through the Air Force Armament Directorate at Eglin Air Force Base failed to meet objectives. Basically, the rocket motor didn't lie. That's what it says in here. Now, see, a hypersonic missile usually has a rocket motor boosting it up to fly the basically scramjet, supersonic combustion ramjet. That's the usual fashion. It may have a different engine here, but it's usually an air breather that runs the hypersonic usually. So what happened here, guys, is a rocket motor that failed with the light. Those rockets, we always get it for always the hypersonic end that fell twice in a row, supposing this failed. It's hard to say without more inside knowledge here, but it is a classified program, so you're not going to get the exact what went down. Now, they claimed it operated well, And let's see, where's the good news part? There's another part in this article that strikes me as highly interesting. Let's see, find that. Here it is. However, there's been some recent success in this ARRW program. Early this month, Edmund announced this 780th Test Squadron, which handles the air-to-air and air-to-ground and ground testing on munitions, had successfully detonated the AGM-183 Air and Launch Rapid Response Weapon warhead for the first time. Knock, knock. Hello, Air Force. Make sure if you detonate that warhead from the missile, that the missile's left the airplane first. In this case, the missile did come home with the airplane. Now, this is not the location where you want to detonate that warhead. Of course, they know that. Just got to have a little fun, guys. Just got to have a little fun. They know that. All right. So, guys, Russia and China have both developed and flown hypersonic missiles. Ours just keep failing. Why is that? Why is that? Well, it may be the same thing as SpaceX has been flying the space station with their Dragon capsule now for what, a couple of years, taking crews up. The Boeing AST program started at the same time, and they just can't manage to get it up. Wow, maybe it's the big bloated aerospace contractors like Lockheed Martin in this case, or Boeing in that case, are more often more bureaucratic than the government. So maybe they just lost their mojo somewhere along the way. Maybe they just don't have the right stuff anymore. You know, the term from some of the old lingo and astronaut and air and the pilot language, right stuff. All right, so I'm going to end the share. Hey, hello. Now I'm going to come back here and see what you guys are saying in a second. We got a chat room running. Oh, we got 77 people in the room. We did have 80. We only got 26 thumbs up. So guys, help me out. It really helps the algorithms. We're not got near as many as I thought we might have tonight at this time. But we still got a few people in. We're not going to stay real late. Oh, I got a super chat from Colorado Jan. Thank you, Colorado Jan. Really appreciate that. And so, folks, just bear in mind, you know, all this stuff going on in the world. Are we on the verge of a WW3? What is really cooking? Why now? What is happening? You know, or we're playing around with the idea of hitting Iran. Iran's tied to Russia and China. If we hit Iran, China might take advantage of this distraction and go for Taiwan. So are we doing this big exercise just to give them to shake their confidence in the idea that they could go for Taiwan if we happen to hit Iran? Is this so we could hit Iran and still spoof them on attacking Taiwan? Are we about to hit Iran? Are we about to do something different? I don't know. I don't think the United States is about to hit Iran, but Israel might. You know, it's hard. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Of course, Israel has been running that bluff for some time. So will they do it? Will they carry through with it? They've always said they would, but Iran is mighty close to reaching the objective that Israel said they wouldn't permit. So what's going to happen? Is it going to cook down here real soon? Yes or no? I don't know, guys, but I know this: the Iranians have said that they've got 20 sleeper cells in the United States to take down our substation. We just covered this in the video I did a little bit earlier today with John Hollerman. Now, John Hollerman is a really good interviewer. Interviewee. You should see that interview. He really talks about the power grid and what needs to go down. And, you know, it's just nice to hear somebody else talk about it besides Greg Ellison yapping all the time. Get somebody else's perspective. You know, John Hollerman is president of Grid Down Consultants. He's also a senior fellow at Impact America with General Ken Krosniak, and he's also a member of the Secure the Grid teleconference that I support, and several other things in this community. So, guys, oh yeah, tomorrow night I'm going to have, well, probably not tomorrow night, probably in the middle of the day, I'm going to post a video that I'm going to do around lunchtime with Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. Yes, Peter Pry will be back on the channel. So you got to watch Dr. Pry. He is excellent, the Dean of Power Grid Defense. Who else brings you all these good power grid topics like Green Grace? Who else brings you the expert speakers? No other channel brings you speakers like I do. Admiral, no, so we got General Ken Krosniak, Ambassador Hank Cooper, Dr. Peter Vincent Pry, and on and on and on. And by the way, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel and you're watching this video for the first time, subscribe, bang the update notification bell, and click all, because I do a lot of videos on things you need to be aware of for what's coming. I tell my followers, you got to keep your eyes wide open, head on the swivel. And that's what this is all about. Also, I cover how to eat free from the weeds and trees, or going to big box stores. And, you can see from the last video why it's important to go above and beyond it. You got a garden, but sometimes your gardening skills may take time to develop, and you can always have unsuspected surprises. So in the meantime, the big thing you really need to consider is long-term food storage. And right now I got a real good special that with $300 off a 3-month supply that lasts 25 years, 2,000 calories a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, give you a winner. So guys, as John Hollerman said, a lot of the other companies are really only, when they're talking food supplies, they're like 800 calories a day. It's not real. I mean, you starve to death on that. So this is real food. It's a great bargain. This is something you need to look at. BrentWithGreg.com. Take John Hollerman's word for it. Now, John Hollerman actually has a different food companies backing, but he did speak up in support of My Patriot Supply, which you can get that special deal on if you go to PrentWithGreg.com. And also, you can get like 25% off of a 1-month supply, which is on the order of $74. So that $300 off, it's like $2.60 some odd cents a meal. I mean, guys, that's you can't beat that, especially something that lasts 25 years. And with inflation being the way it is, that's an investment. All right, enough said about that. Stellar Core, hey, good to see you here. Last time I saw Stellar Core was in the Space Weather Ladies channel. Yeah, I got an email back from her. All the sun says all on deck. There you go. There we go. So let's see here. Let's go through the chat room, see who all we got in here. A lot of people here talking and chatting. So we got 97 in the room now, so our attendance is coming up. We only got 57 thumbs up, so help us out with a thumbs up. If you're just joining, you'll have to go back and see my little monologue starting this video out. So, but we'll go into the chat mode from here out. We'll open this up for whatever you want to talk about, which is what I usually have for my Wednesday night. But there's just so many topics going. I just thought I'd introduce a topic here instead of just having a pure open chat. But now we're going open chat. So we'll see how that mix works in terms of attendance, in terms of ratings for the video, and all that good hefty stuff. So let's read what everybody says. Granny Anna says, hey. Sandy says, hi. Leah A.E.E. Hi, folks. Debbie 777. Hello, Greg. All the sun. All on deck. Stellar Core. And S.R. Long. Good evening. Good evening to you. Contrarian Barbarian. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Contrarian Barbarian. Yeah, we got 100 in the room now and only 64 thumbs up. People are coming in fast. If you're just now joining, hey, I just had a little monologue. If you want to see it, you got to go back to it. But we're going into the open chat mode. Amanda, games just ended down under. How you doing, Amanda? Military, USA, Canada, China, Australia. Oh, Echo in the Forest says, holy moly, all three. Yeah, that's kind of who we're facing right now. Iran, China, Russia. Who knows? Maybe even Turkey. Turkey's not exactly friendly with us right now because we've been helping out the Kurds. They don't care for. Now remember, our Turkish NATO buddies did commit a huge genocide against the Armenians. And hey, Vicky, hey, Vicky's in the house. Vicky, what's the religion and predominant religion in Armenia? Sure, Vicky will get that one. Many blessings, says Vicky. Good to see you in the house again, Vicky. Amanda, France and England. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and England's going through the South China Sea right now. Queensland was the field of Mars. Yes, military trains 80% of the time. Wow. Something cooking, moving up the Pacific. All right, so Amanda's really chiming in here. 2 live streams in one day, ambitious, I know, right? Well, I had I thought about doing that as a recorded session, but I figured that you guys would have a lot of questions for him. And so we decided the last minute to make that a live stream, but that's before my normal live stream time. So we're going to for one. Hey, the funny thing is, this is where super chats really help. That live stream was initially demonetized, as a lot of them have been lately for me by the network. I did appeal it. I won the appeal. But later at night, when you appeal them, sometimes they don't win, and you get your most views within the hour, within an hour after you do it. And so if they monetize later, it's like you get nothing, don't matter, not much, because you miss the bulk of your audience. Sad where we're living. Amanda, you're so right. It's sad that we got all these military tensions going. It's sad we can't work together for greater good instead of all these games that people play, trying to take advantage of each other and trying to take everybody wants the cookies in the other guy's cookie jar. Why can't you just work with your own cookie jar? Make more cookies for Pete's sake, Yikes. Yeah, I know I'm oversimplifying it, but you know what I mean. Contrary barbarian. If you take a guy an hour for 3 days, if you take a guy an hour for 3 days, as long as my kittens don't eat all the food, I'm happy. I just help need tent, no pay if you're worried. What? If you take a guy an hour for 3 days, an hour for 3 days, as long as my kittens don't. Is this like an offer to work? Trying to figure out where you come out there, contrarian. Is that an offer to work? All right, so let's see here. Republic of China predates PRC. You are right, Daniel. Good long shot, actually. Exactly right. Colorado Jan. Hello, Greg, the mods and everyone. Well, hello to you, Colorado Jan. Submission into new. Yep, and the WO probably behind that, right, Amanda? Trading my work for thanks. Okay, contrarian. Where you at, contrarian? Sounds like you're making an offer there. Freedom gone down under. Lets the dominoes fall. Echo in the forest. Lady Dagger status in the house. Oh, there you are. Hi, Greg and everyone. Yeah, there you are, Lady Dagger status. Good to see you again. How's New Jersey, lady? Golden Locks. Let's see. January. Wing Regs has had so many great additions and helpful hints. If I could work 3 days, I'd want to for nothing but thanks. Oh, okay. My place is a mess. Greg has worms. I do, but not enough quite. For selling at big volumes like I need to. I do have worms. I actually got a fair bit, but just not where they need to be. Lady Dagger says, talking about Echo. Let's see, Fanny. Everybody's talking to each other. Good. Vicky Savage always got some good perspective. Pete, at least Greg's worms are supporting him, not feeding on him. There you go. Exactly. No War 3, peoples, please. We need to learn another way. You're right, Jason. Everybody should go to my galactic Greg to spend their energies developing Venus habitats, right? Those big defense contractors do space stuff instead of blowing each other up. It's something else to do. All right, Goldilocks. Looks like you're getting a lot of messages deleted. This isn't like, I don't know what you're saying, but I just want to remind everybody, this is a family channel. Occasionally we get, some really young people coming here, so let's be decent. Respect each other and no cuss words, please. If you're showing ill respect for other members in here or you're cursing, expect the mods to take you out. YouTube is not a free speech platform. I can't say anything I want to, and I ask you to, show some restraint. Don't say things that get my channel axed, and don't say things that are disrespectful to each other. And let's just be nice. No cuss words, please. I have friends that have channels that allow that, but like I said, my channel is a family channel. At least this one. Let's keep it that way. Susan Hudson, So survival is a natural instinct for us humans. I don't worry much because I prep. Amen, Susan. That's it. I always tell people, don't be don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Yeah. Get my words crossed here. No nation has an exclusive on textiles. Well, that's the truth. And Russia's had plenty of them too, guys, and some spectacular ones, including lately. Chuck Yeager, yeah, that man had the right stuff. Who was the guy that wrote the book called The Right Stuff? What was his name? I got the book. I could have told you his name. Now suddenly I am drawing blank. Chuck Yeager was the epitome of the right stuff. He was quite a guy. He was quite a guy. Good attitude. Lived a long life, long productive life. Chuck Yeager. Yeah, 80 thumbs up. Well, we're getting there. We still got 100 in the room. A few more thumbs up, guys. It helps the algorithms. They should fill those hypersonic missiles with jelly donuts. There you go. Worms. And of course, thank you, Greg. I will add apple juice to the store list. Apple juice. All right, we said something somebody's responding to. And Shiva is thought. It says you will hear rumors of wars. Getting interesting, no kidding. Judas Bozo doesn't have the strength of mind to keep his chin clean. Judas Bozo. I guess you mean Joe. Creepy Uncle Joe. Randy Cummins. Hey, little Randy, how you doing? So I got a walking stick from Randy, by the way. Oh, my camera up there. Sorry. A lot of different scenarios to prep for. Inflation, no kidding, a lot of things. Agreed. I think the worst one, though, is red down. Full-scale nuclear war. Let's give you red down, too. Blue Alien 47. If we are in a war, the president stay in office? Well, not necessarily. I mean, there was an election during the Civil War. General McClellan ran against Abe Lincoln. S. Woods, my second time here today. The earth is being shaken. We are in the end of days, times, sorrows, and Jacob's troubles. Can't argue. Some Apollo and some stuff, but we really got info after Chuck Yeager. Israel, Iran, China, Taiwan, Macron versus France. Bunch to keep eyes on. Yep. Oh yeah, a lot of admiration for Chuck Yeager. He was a World War II pilot. Made an ace in World War II. Fought Korean War, test pilot, so all kind of stuff. Had so many near-death experiences and broke the sound barrier. With cracked ribs. He couldn't even close the latch without getting a broom handle or some mop handle to help give him some leverage to get the thing closed. He didn't want to let on to anybody that had broken ribs, if they knew they wouldn't let him fly. Pregnant pilots. Oh no. Smallest Navy before World War II. Army full of energy. What can go wrong? Too much. More than we want to think about. Peter Pry is awesome, says Jason Smith. Very few know the subject matter like he does. Amen. Tomorrow, Peter Pry on this channel. Let's see. There's something there. Lovesgreatness.com. I got the out of California, moved to South Dakota. Okay, be careful of language, yes. Goldie. Peace and quiet depend on the powers that be. You have to get coffee. She got some coffee for us, so they does not take advantage. Thank you, Bob Dobbs. Who's saying taking advantage? What am I taking advantage of? What is the question all about? Who's this Goldilocks? Well, you're getting all kind of trouble there. Go. So what kind of challenge you got? Check you out. Thanks. Gotta get it from YouTube first. Hang on, guys. I want to see what this person's about. You want to go to YouTube. Not wanting to give me challenges. Wanting to give me. Well, there's one. That's it. Hmm. 10 videos. I don't know. Squirrel Hunter. She's also been Joey Dan, Squirrel Hunter. She's subscribed. Escape. And 10 videos. Only one shows. That's a good. I'll check it later. Just trying to see who it is that's getting all our comments deleted here tonight. Andrew, all right. Oh, great. What now? Andrew, hang on your hat, buddy. All it seems we got a big training exercise going on. Uh-oh. Tracy Robin, Goldilocks, if you feel that way, why are you here? Goldilocks must be some unhappy soul here. Greg, how do worms reproduce? Got lots of teeny tiny ones. Well, funny you should ask. Worms are both male and female. They have both sets of organs complete. And what worms do is they crawl up alongside each other and they emit both eggs and sperm, and they fertilize the eggs of each other, and they form this little mucus over between them. And as the worms depart, that mucus kind of rolls all that up, rolls off the end of the worm, and has the eggs, fertilized eggs, inside of that little cocoon that it forms from that mucus. It makes a little golden orb. And for red worms, it can be 2 to 7 eggs in that. Larger worms have fewer eggs typically, maybe 1 to 2. But so worms can reproduce fast, and they can double population every 2 months. So that's how worms reproduce. And yeah, you can get lots of them that way. And Bob Dog, some people should find other channels if not able to listen and learn. Somebody's not having a good time tonight. I wonder what that's all about. How many cities do you think they would need? I don't know, Leroy. It might be a population cutoff, some threshold. Depends on how many weapons they got. They would want to throw their first weapons at. And in a war, an adversaries want to throw their first weapons at the strategic weapons of the opponent. So to lessen the chance of them getting hit back. And then they would take up military bases, command, like Washington, D.C., Pentagon, and then maybe the largest cities. Depends on what the strategy, targeting strategy of the countries are. There's been various target lists in the United States. So where does your city fit on the pecking order of size of cities, and how many warheads do you think the enemy has? So these are all things to consider. They will probably carpet nuke NORAD. So much of it's inside the mountain there. They would erode that mountain down by continuously nuking it to the point to destroy the facility inside. So the object of NORAD is to get your job done before they're done. Alpha Omega survival supply. Personally, I don't think there's a thing wrong with Greg making money. Oh, somebody has got it understand what the problem is. It obviously hasn't struck it rich. Well, okay, so that is the big beef here. Yeah, there's always somebody having a beef about that. So let me show you something. Yeah, I had somebody make a comment a couple of videos back, said that I should be proud of myself. Obviously, I'm stinking rich from all these food things. This is my check that I got from my Patriot Supply for all of last month. Look at that big fortune I made. Big fortune. $89 in a nickel. Yeah, I'm gonna buy me a Lamborghini. You notice I don't have any new cars. I only drive junkers. I have a number of vehicles, but they're all for a purpose. Each and every one has a dedicated purpose, but they're all old junkers that I paid for with cash. Some of them still need a little work. Yeah, so you can see how rich I'm getting, guys. So, yeah, I'm promoting stuff that's good for you. It's going to help you. This stuff is good for you, guys. It's, maybe some people are socialists, maybe some people are communists. And guys, I got a day job. My day job pays me, hang on. Gross pay on my day job. Oops. Let's say a little better than $60 an hour. What I'm doing here, I put hours into every video, especially when I do one ahead of time. I could do all the overtime I would. I could do this. I could do this all I want, guys. But to be honest, I think I showed you a stack of bills the other day, and it's not a stick because I paid about half of them. Green Greg's got lots of bills. Doing a worm farm is not, and all the things I'm doing, there's a lot of money involved, but most of my bills came from an ex-girlfriend. Wow, with my credit cards. I showed y'all a big stack the other day. It's twice as big. Here's the ones I just paid. Not only do I have a lot of bills, it takes me a lot of time to pay them. I spend so much time working my day job. Then I got to spend a lot of time paying my bills. I got microgreens to run. I've got a greenhouse in the back. I got a garden, and I got a worm farm. I got 4 hours a night sleep. My time is precious to me. So to make a little bit back, what is so evil with that? I got another channel. I got a channel called Galactic Gregs. I'm a space guy. I could do a lot more stories on space than I can do in prepping, to be honest, just because I work it all the time. But I only put out 2 or 3 videos a month on Galactic Gregs. Why? There's no compensation. Plus, I've got a big following here. So, I do, I get people following me there too. But, I like these chats. You always cheer me up with these chats when I get a lot of people in here because I have good conversation with you guys. And I've had nights that I was just kind of down in the dumps, but I have a live session and then it always cheer me up. So I like you guys. It's fun. We're a family. And I think the stuff that I put out here helps y'all. But, what's wrong with getting a little recompense out of that? I have come out many times, all pro property rights, all pro profit, all pro capitalism, but not crony capitalism. Some people say, oh, capitalism don't work. Well, you don't know what capitalism is. Today we have a prostituted, incestuous crony capitalism in which the corporations and the government are in bed with each other, especially big corporations that can't single launch rockets and all other agencies and manner of things. So that's what's going on, guys. Yeah, I shouldn't be picking on other organizations like that. Jeff Holleran says, what is really sad is you teach kids 1 + 1 = 3. This becomes the truth, and then it's hard to convince them. Yeah, there you go. North Alabama hiking. Hello, Greg. Looks like we are headed for more tyranny. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've been hearing that. And I may do a show tomorrow. I don't know if my topic, I got Peter Vincent private. Sometime I may do a show about this emergence, what it looks like a social credit system. They're trying to put us in a social credit system like Russia has. They want to use the corporations to run it, just like social media corporations. Isn't that just lovely? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that wonderful? Don't that just warm your heart? like a hot iron, branding iron, right? America has so many weapon systems they've never seen. So I'm not concerned. Okay. Vicky Salvage, worms are hermaphrodites, but two will fertilize each other. Yeah, that's right. Both will lay eggs. It's true. Andrew Jason, well, my mom said she works for a company that makes missiles. Andrew, you see this poster back here? I used to work for the Army's anti-ballistic missile program, the Strategic Defense Initiative. I worked on the ERIS program, the Exo-Atmospheric Reach or Interceptor Subsystem, Army Star Wars program under Reagan. So yeah, I know something about missiles. Plus, I do a lot of rockets. Days. That was personal attacks on you, Greg. I made. Oh, okay. I don't doubt it. So maybe we need to ban this person from the channel. So it wasn't just attacking me for. So Goldilocks wasn't just attacking me for. For running ads. She was attacking me personally. Oh, well, thank you for removing them. Hi, Greg. All right, I'm glad I got you moderators here. We'll have to talk about it. She's got channel over here. There's a picture. I don't recognize the face. Picture. I don't know if that's probably not her. It's probably a troll. Why in the world would they be coming here and attacking? Because maybe people don't like my messages. Trying to look at this picture. Nobody I recognize. Goldilocks. Apparently she's only put up one video and it's 42 seconds long. I'll do a sample here real quick, guys. Playing with a cat. Do a chair. Not showing the video. Just giggling, no voice. Just see if I can recognize who this might be.
Come here.
No recognition.
We're very satisfied with the.
Well, it's crazy to see an ad on a channel where it don't have hardly any video. See, that's another thing. I'll get off of that. We'll block this individual on the channel. That's what we'll do. We'll go back up so if I can find the individuals. I think mods, y'all can block them. If they're really just attacking them, that's all they're doing. You might as well just hide them from the channel and just go ahead and block them, guys. You know, obviously a troll, I don't know what they're having issues with, but everybody was definitely throwing stones back at her because I'm still way back up in the chat, so I haven't talked down to see what it's all about. Thank you, mods, and thank you, New Days Always, for taking care of that. So, Bill Barger fan in the house, very good. 10 steps ahead is better than a backflip backwards. Right, Amanda? All right, let's see. John's Family Garden, find out who. Fail to find how Turkey is an ally when they're against us in WW1 and WW2. Well, they're a member of NATO, supposedly. And, they were the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire got taken down, so they're not Ottoman Empire anymore. And they did, weigh in our favor. We actually put Redstone rockets in Turkey, and that's what prompted the Russians to want to put missiles in Cuba. So it precipitated a whole Cuban Missile Crisis. So we agreed to take our Redstones out of, which come from Redstone Arsenal, the base where my job is based out of. Armenia, Christian, followed by Islam. Yeah, Armenia is a Christian nation. The land was contested for centuries. So right, Vicky. I knew you'd get it, Vicky. That's why I asked you. Maybe that's why Turkey don't care for them. Yes, if you knew the weapon systems of the three countries, you would be less concerned. Okay, let's see. Sadly, humanity doesn't develop as fast as our ability to throw rocks at each other. Would it be nations or people? Trolls coming in a chat room, right? It's always these discontented souls that have to go on attack. Before, did I eat everybody's lunch? Why was she attacking? Klingon Princess, sorry, couldn't type when you were talking earlier. I enjoyed your guest today. Well, thank you. I think that was a good guest. Oh, I think I just scrolled back up, going back through some of the same. Tom Wolf. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Tom Wolf wrote the right stuff. Hey, Kevin, Keith Evans, $20. Thank you, Keith. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, bud. Tom Wolf, the right of the right stuff. That's a good one. Good to have you here. Goldie is now hidden. Thank you. Thank you. New days. Chewy weather. Good evening, Greg and friends. Good to see you, Chewy weather. How's life up there in the Northwest? Is it cool down? Y'all getting to get it rain yet? Let's see. I went and talked to her and she explained what she was doing. Who's you talking to, Colorado, Jan? I love engineers. A reverse engineer while someone is a troll, just like everything else. Well, we just got to know, right? You know, we're curious. That's the nature of this engineer. Like, why are they doing this? What is eating them? What's going on? Why would they do that? You know, it's just kind of weird. You know, what motivates people to want to do these kind of things? And maybe some of them have a reason, but then a lot of them are just, it may be politics, or it may just be they like being trolls. I don't know. There are some discontented souls in the world, right? Hello, Greg. Doesn't sound good by the title. Oh, the title of this video. Yeah, I talked about it at the beginning, and we might go back to it here in a minute. Let me get down through the chats here. But it's basically the United States right now, for the next 2 weeks, is conducting the biggest naval exercise in 40 years. The last time the United States Navy was an exercise this big was when I was in the Army at Fort Greely, Alaska, back when I was a young lad of 21. Yeah, that's been a while ago, right? No blind dates for worms then. Well, I think all the dates that worms have are blind, Dr. H, because they can't see. They got no eyes. It's not earthworms. All right, so I'm late, but I'm listening. Hi, Greg, and hi also is Wickham Chi. Wickham Chi. Yeah, Wickham Chi, we had a discussion earlier talking about some things. So China's current army is composed mostly of codified #1 sons. The warriors of Indian Tibet showed them up. Oh yeah. Yeah, they got pretty good in Indian Tibet. He's right about that. Worms will not make it in today's politics. Not good on its little earthworms, maybe maggots. I don't know, but maggots are more honest than most politicians, I'd have to say. Would you not agree with that? Yes, that's right. This response posturing, counter posturing. Yeah, but we're living in tense times, guys. There's no kidding. If they really came against us to destroy us, they would probably hit our nuke plants and volcanoes. Yeah, they might do that. Actually, Russians talked about hitting Yellowstone, nuking Yellowstone. One of them proposed to do. Will they do that? I don't know. Because they're going, if Yellowstone went off, Russia would be hurt too by the winter, volcanic winter. So but then again, don't give these cretins that's got control over nukes any credit for having logical sense, because if they did, they wouldn't be thinking about some of the things they think about. Because the use of these weapons is horrible, long range, and everybody suffers. But for some reason, they think they get an advantage. Somebody said Andrew talking about. Yeah, well, Jason and Andrew having a pretty good conversation between each other. Colorado Jansen, same here, Greg. They have to be old enough to be able to work on them outside of a repair shop. Okay. Many comments. Look at the stress engineer. An engineer has at NASA. The job is no walking apart. No, it is not. It is not. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. Great. Green grades better be a worm. No need for girlfriend. You know what? There's some advantages of being a worm. No, you don't need a girlfriend, a boyfriend. Let's see, get to lay in bed and eat all day, lay in bed. Let's see. Danielle Maxwell, rockets can't propulse through a 10-torr vacuum. Space travel. Look, for every action, there's an opposite but equal reaction. Yes, rockets can move in a vacuum. I've seen it. You can have a perfect vacuum and a rocket will work because it ejects fuel out one side and you get the opposite reaction at the other side. Absolutely 100% a rocket will work in a vacuum. That's why you use rockets in a vacuum. Those rockets are the engines that do work in a vacuum. If someone's telling you otherwise, they don't know Dinkum. I do rockets. You see this? This is a rocket motor. I built this rocket motor to launch at 100,000 feet. And I have launched one at that. I have launched one at that altitude. At that altitude, the atmosphere is 1% of what it is on the surface of the Earth. And it's a hybrid rocket motor. I do rockets. I am a rocketeer. And that's no bull. I have flown from altitude balloons. I have launched them, flown from the ground. I know rockets. I know the physics, and the physics works. And you can test the physics out in many other formats to see if that physics works, and it always works every single time. It's like a balloon. So yes, Danielle, rockets will propulse in any vacuum at all. So it is. Hey, Greg, CDC says we don't have to pay rent anymore. Yeah, who gave them the authority to claim that? Yeah, I saw that. CDC, boy, CDC is getting really big for their pants. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't, you know what that says? That anybody who wants to be a landlord's a fool. So if you're a landlord, quit being a landlord. All landlords ought to quit being landlords. Why would you want to be a landlord? Why would you invest a bunch of money in low rent tenements and lose your rear end, lose all your income, all your investment because the government decided that renters didn't have to pay rent? Landlords are fools. Everybody ought to get out of it. Of course, when everybody gets out of being landlords, all the people living in those tenements are going to be out in the street anyway. So what a silly thing. Gorgeous Awesome. Hi, how you doing? So if those don't know, Gorgeous Awesome is awesome work. Like Woden's wooden wand of wonders here. This is apple wood. Apple for a teacher. Shungat crystal. So watch, I cast a spell on him. If I cast a spell on him, it'd be a good spell. Spell of good luck. That's all I do. So let's see here. Does China have the credit system too? Yeah, no kidding. That's who we're talking about copying. The social credit system. Scary guys. That's really 1984 total control. That's getting into the hive, guys. What I tell you guys, my proposition of the channel is. Proposition is channel to help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. Oh yeah, Gorgeous Awesome. I got to figure out how to. I guess I got to get string or something. I got to repair my necklace, guys. My necklace broke. I retied it off just so I can use it as a, tell what weighs down. But so you can see I got it tied off here. Now this little piece, I guess that was part of the knot. I don't think it wasn't tied in here directly. So I guess that's what you use to form the knot. This little curl of copper here. So I'm gonna find me another string to go in here and rework it, retie it. So this is the handiwork of Gorgeous Awesome, guys. This is beautiful. What happened is just the cord itself broke. And that's typical kind of cloth cord used for necklaces, so that's not unusual. But it's beautiful handiwork. Look at all this copper. The way they twisted it and turned it. That's a lot of work, turning all that copper and bending it. Crystal, they gave that to me, guys. And you should see their site. They got a store on Etsy with beautiful, beautiful, beautiful crystals. Lots of them. And crystal chandeliers, the chakras, the crystals, all that stuff, guys. Check them out. I'm not a fear monger, I'm a hope monger. Because we formed the Freedom Restoration Foundation. We're trying to bring hope. I've chaired 2 power grid defense conferences because I'm trying to get the world to be in a better place. We started this tribe network to try to find the solutions. I got a habitat design that'll bring all kind of hope to the world. I'm gonna do a video on that real soon. So, but I'm also a realist. And part of the realism is you got to understand what's coming at you to be able to deal with it. You stick your head in the sand, you get run over. So don't stick your head in the sand and get run over. So we got to be realistic. We got to know what to coming at us, so we'll know how to deal with it. Some big bully's coming at you and about to jump you. He don't go away just because you turn around. You better turn around and face him and figure out how you got to, unless you can outrun him. If you can outrun him, that's good. Or you could just call the police. Hey guys, this guy's about to jump me in 5 seconds here. Come get him. Stop him. Yeah, so well that works. You got to be realistic. Maybe you got a maneuver or 2 you can pull up to stop that guy. Or maybe you can just puff your chest up and scare him. And almost do that. If it's a bear coming at you, hold a big branch up in the air and that bear will think that's part of you. They'll think, wow, this guy's a giant, and they'll run away. So but that's part of addressing the threat in front of you. That's part of keeping your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. So you know what's coming at you, but then you got to know how to deal with it. All of a sudden says, block them, mods. There you go. Somebody's in here, giving a lot of trouble. If they got some trolls in here, you're going to be in trouble. All right. Barry Sterling, I see you. Second time you've been hit there. Guys, now look, everybody needs to be nice. What's asked in here is you respect everybody and recognize that this is a family channel, so no cursing here, okay? And Miss Dragon says, thank you for what you do. You're appreciated. Taught the kids, and I watch what huckleberries and thimbleberries were safe to eat and identify. There you go. They ate their fill. Very good. Very good. I'm about to do one on blackberries. Blackberries are about gone here. Now China is training Cuban soldiers. Yeah, it's the most unfortunate. They're also working with Venezuela. Feeling deflated. Cha-Cha says, feeling deflated. Feel like no point and prepping, if grid goes down and marauders, I won't be able to overpower. That's why we're forming communities, cha-cha. That's why we're forming communities. But there's also a lot of strategies for how to prep if you have to be alone. But there's a lot of strategies, and we'll go on more into that. I'm really thinking the time frame is, hey, we may be getting to it this year with this Iran thing. It may happen now. But if this Iran thing don't pop, I think we probably got to at least 2024. So let's hope that's the case, at least for that long, maybe a little bit longer. You know, if we can keep China at bay, you know, the supposed stated goal is to take Taiwan by 2050. But by 2050, their population could be so geriatric, it ain't happening. This won't even happen, guys. So if we can kind of keep them at bay to then, and you know, don't put out their dream until they just can't get there anymore, we may have it covered. So Andrew, that's the hope. Andrew, here's the thing. You know, a lot of us old guys grew up in the Cold War. Russia had all these weapons. We got a lot of weapons now, and it was Russia really intended to take Europe. They really wanted to take Europe. They even had street signs printed up for all the streets in Europe written in Russia, France, and Belgium, and England. They made up street signs for every street in Europe in Russian. They fully had planned to take it, but the cost was always a little bit too high for them. Sometimes they thought they would get an angle, an advantage, and win out, but something always turned around and it just didn't pan out for them. So they never made that move. Now the Russians, as much as they wanted to take Europe, were no fools. They were conservative enough to realize they didn't want to die. You got to worry about a country though that wants to have nukes, that thinks that you know, that the greatest honor is to die, that that's going to bring heaven to earth. In that case, yeah, you might have to build a different logic, and that might be scary. Such as some of this 12th Iman stuff people talk about, whatever that is. And Barry's got a lot of comments to leave here. Thunderstorms in the northeast corner again. Okay. Jetty Eddie says, Greg, you have heard the news of the L-down. Well, yeah, there's some rumors about that. Some strong rumors. There's talk about something in the middle of the month. I don't know. Let's hope they're wrong. But I also hear that, you know, there's a lot of states aren't going to go along with this. Of course, there's a lot of people just aren't going to put up with it. You know, some of the rumors say they're trying to force a conflict. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't know if I buy from that entirely, but yeah, there's a lot of chatter out there right now, guys. No rain up here. Hopefully some this weekend. So Steve Evans, almost 2 months dry. It's rough. What makes these trolls tick? Yeah, what would you like to know? Well, I just open the hood and look inside and see what's in there. So I was trying this. When I went to the channel, I thought, well, what's going on? What's this person's channel? And they're playing with a kitty cat. Yeah, they probably stole that channel anyway. Cha-cha, can't let it depress you. Hang in there, friend. Yeah, cha-cha. Listen. Live in the country, I don't know anyone. Well, if you live in the country, you're probably better off about not getting overrun, cha-cha. What do you mean you don't know anyone? You got friends in here? Now listen, here's what I'll tell you guys. If you want to be part of the Tribe Network, email me at info, I-N-F-O, at freedomrestorationfoundation.org. We're developing a list. It's taking us a little time. It's all been done by volunteers, and I told you how busy I am. I got other volunteers helping me, but we're all busy people. But, you know, none of us are full time at this stuff. We all have many irons in the fire, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, maybe a dozen. But we're all super busy people. We're trying to make this happen. We happen to have 3 tribe leads in the house right now, by the way. And so what we've been doing is identifying people who'd be heads of tribes, but then we've got people, prospective members. We'll just have to see if we can match you up. Now, a lot of people aren't going to match up, so it won't work for everybody, but it can work for some. But, you know, if you want to join a tribe, be honest. Be somebody that's willing to work. Don't be going in just to mooch off someone or to take advantage of them or to extort them. be real, be of good heart, and show you can do it, and be willing to work. Because a tribe can't survive unless everybody's pulling their weight. And I will tell the tribe leaders do criminal background checks on people. And y'all need to get to know each other. And it's the same way. You need to get to know the place you're going to. You need to know the person that's going to be your host. It works both ways. It's kind of like a marriage. That's why it's very important. Let me type this in there. INFO at FREE. Capitalize the first each word. FREEPOM. Providing I can spell right. RESTORATION. Restoration Foundation. FOUNDATION. Freedom Restoration Foundation.org. Now, if I spelled all that right, bing. Don't send me a personal email there because my volunteers are going to send them, not me. So it's not a place for a personal email, but that's a place to join. Put tribe in the network if you want to join the tribe. If you want to join the Freedom Restoration Foundation, put freedom in the network. So cha-cha, that might be something that you should consider there. Yeah. Eagle Eyes Images. I'm still not a mod. What do I have to do to get Blue Wrench? Not ask for it. Don't you know there's an unspoken rule? Channels don't give people Blue Wrench that ask for it. There's several people here that's deserving of it. No, but I got so many mods already. So, Elijah, you got a good channel. You've been good in here, but it was just a kind of a faux pas against giving people a wrench when they ask for it. It's kind of an unspoken rule amongst lots of YouTubers. All this is for the chips. Don't know. China's got some bigger thing besides just getting the chips that Taiwan makes. Russia have an undersea SAR bomb. They don't need to nuke the mid-United States. Well, that's true. That SAR bomb will take out all the coastal areas. So you on the FEMA camps? I know, JD, we ain't going there. I ain't had no part of that. EMP, not employee. You're right, Michael. My dad used to sing worm songs, just remembered. My dad used to sing the worm song. What's the worm song, JM? Put some words in here. They make vacuum rocket engines for a reason. That's right. That's what we use. But rockets are inefficient in the atmosphere because you have to take your oxygen with you. It's more ISP, the specific impulse of the jet engine is about 2,000. The very best rocket engines only get 400 and maybe 20, 30 seconds of specific impulse, like for a space shuttle main engine. But vacuum engines, because we got a bigger nozzle, get a little higher specific impulse. Specific impulse is the miles per gallon for a rocket engine in aerospace jargon. Technically, it is one way to look at it is pound thrust achieved for pound propellant burn, and it's measured in seconds. Believe it or not. So the Indy space. But Greg, remember the New York Times told Dr. Goddard that space travel is not possible because rockets can't work in a vacuum. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's like also when they said, nobody could ride on a train because you couldn't possibly breathe faster than your breath excels from your body. You would die of a train. It said it exceeded the speed of your breath. Manny Cummins, the ion propulsion system's efficient use of fuel and electric power enable modern spacecraft to travel farther, faster, and cheaper than any other propulsion system currently available. That is true. That is true. But it's most efficient, but it don't give you high thrust. It's not good for getting out of the atmosphere. We need rocket engines with high thrust to get out of the atmosphere, but you can go for higher efficiency with these electric engines once you're out in space. Happiness to all. Hello, friend, says Cosmic Cultivators. Now, there's a good one. That's nice Sasquatch femur. Hey, that's gorgeous. Awesome. Oh, I just lost them. What happened? My screen went too far. Whoa. What happened? Sometimes I try to scroll, it jumps. There we are. Hi, Colorado, Jenny. I was getting worried we lost you here, gorgeous. Gorgeous, list your Etsy store in here. Go ahead. You've been so generous, and I don't mind you doing that. In fact, I like it because people always see the beautiful work you do. Jeff Holden, I once told that when two people were having an argument, that the person who was the loudest or unreasonable was wrong. And if you listen to any of what's going on in government, it's really true. Hello from Boogertown, Tennessee. Hey, Madam Gross, I like it. Boogertown. Watch the last video, good stuff. Yeah, wasn't it a good interview? If you're not seeing the interview with John Hollerman, you got to watch it tonight, guys. And tomorrow, Dr. Peter Vincent Fry, guys, tomorrow. Let's see, I think, who else is in the room here? Boogertown is what he said. New York pretty much told people if you want to be a part of society, you got to get it. Oh, yeah, that's it. New Day is always some intentional communities charge a unit fee of $5,000 and up to here. Well, that makes sense. That filters out, those that aren't sincere. Yeah, I can see that. There's cost associated with bringing people in. Liberate Babylon. Let's see. Raquel, hi, buddy. We can set up channels for tribes. There you go. Each tribe could have a channel. That's a good idea. Well, we got 2 tribes in here now. Wazao with Arkansas. New Day is always with Maine. Of course, you got me in here already. I got Alabama and Arizona. I got some else in Arizona, but they're in the stealth mode. So let's see. Oops. Dr. H. Frozen Worlds finished the tracker, so the one in the back together after having a clutch replacement. Okay. I think I just skipped some stuff. There you go. Gorgeous, awesome filter in here. That's good. If you like Starship models, we've already lost the next war, says Chuck Norris Gun Club. Yeah, our war games of defending Taiwan has not turned out well at all. Jason Smith, the weight numbers for the boosters are crazy. 200-ton dry weight plus 32, 100 tons of fuel. There you go. It's got to be mostly fuel. That's the way the rockets work. Check Molly McCord, the astrologer's channel. At the end of the year, next year's show, frightening, basically collapsed by Christmas. Oh, Lord. Something as half brother. Okay, good. Doctors filters out trolls. Okay, Markello, you got a point. Well, that's a good virtue to have in the network that people got to pay a little bit for. I haven't seen a troll in there. You got a point. Not a one. Not a one. Big, fat, juicy one. It's a bit of squirmy one. Oh, that's the worm song. Big, fat, juicy one. It's a bit of squirmy one. Oh, how they wiggle. Oh, how they squirm. Oh, how I want to eat a big, juicy worm. I had a last little phrase in there because I needed something to rhyme to go with that, right? Me, I rhyme. All right. Do you have a tribe in Wisconsin? Yeah, prospects for one. There's definitely somebody up there. AC, I'm in Arkansas. Might have to look into that. Okay, AC. Write us, fill out our forms, and Wise I'll be talking to you maybe. But we got to get you. You need to fill out the forms. We'll send you. Chat Norris says net-centric warfare versus high-velocity missiles. Yeah, there's definitely look at some net-centric, but it can go ballistic too. Just don't know yet. I had totally forgotten ITM had a neural spark or something. Tank Man, son of a tank man. There you go. Eddie Jetty Greg, I remembered as a kid, I always got the model rockets with the parachutes. And I always wanted to tie a rat on. Yeah. Well, we're going to call our Halo program Project Cockroach at first because we figured if we sent a rat to space that PETA would throw a fit. But who would throw a fit over a cockroach? Probably PETA. And Greengraves, did you ever meet Homer Hickam? Yeah. Yeah, Homer Hickam actually told me he followed our group doing these rockets, you know. He actually admired what we did and he followed us. So yeah, I met Homer. Homer lived here in Huntsville, but he's also got a home on the islands too. It's down the Virgin Islands. Oh, so he's got two homes. He's originally from West Virginia, but he lives maybe some in Houston, but he spent most of his time here in Huntsville. Worm stew will keep you alive. That's right. We, the people on the land, are the last defense of the republic. I think you're right. Kerosene rockets were alcohol in O2. Randy, not kerosene in O2. E2 rockets actually burned alcohol. And my friend Conrad Dannenberg designed the injectors, and we had a very odd injector system on those. We have great equipment, great soldiers, and a lousy doctrine. Right, Chuck. Doug Thompson says, Greg, Versatile destroys the spike protein. Rejected. So, wait. Revelation 6:6 said that wine would be extremely protected during tribulation because of the versatile. Interesting. Might have to be grape wine, right? That's where you get the versatile. We will lose the war at the Pentagon, not in the field. We know in the War of 1812, the Pentagon lost, but the backwoodsman won. And that's where old Hickory, Andrew Jackson beat the heck out of the British after we'd already called the war a stalemate. War was over, and he fought the biggest battle, got the biggest victory after the war was over. Yes, it's in the wine. You're right, Chuck. Rosenworld, I hear that Teresa, my wife, would agree with that. Would agree to that with you. What's that, Rosenworld? Nettles, good for your liver, Nettles. I can drop the Naval links. Give me a second. Oh, right, Doug. I got to the bottom. Oh, I'm to the bottom of the chat room now. Chuck, all right. I don't blame General Miley at Drops Family Gardens. The nest has been a long time built. Yeah, but he is definitely one of your woke generals, guys. I'm no fan of Miley. No, sir. Conrad Dannenberg. Now, that's a name I've not heard in a long, long time. Conrad Klaus Dannenberg, by the way. He's a good friend of mine. I've been to his house. I've carved his Christmas turkey about 3 or 4 years. His son is named Klaus. His son's retired now. His son was an electrical engineer and actually worked at IEEE up in Washington, D.C. right before he retired. So I think his son may still be in the D.C. area. Conrad's wife, last wife, his first wife, who was married before the war, World War II, died sometime in the 80s, I think. Late 80s. He remarried, and his widow now lives not far from me. I used to go, she's got a horse ranch. I used to go get horse crap from her. I thought I was always taking crap off of her. for the worms. So in a way, Conrad Dannenberg became an indirect sponsor of my worm farm for a while. Yeah, Conrad really, he was an inspiration guy. He did a lot of work to help young people, a lot of stuff at Space Camp. Yeah, when I was just a guy out of the Army, 21 years old, he and I drove to Atlanta, Georgia for us. I guess I was 24 because we went to the 1984 conference of the World Future Society in Atlanta, Georgia. Greg, check out the link I dropped. Guys, buy Musky Diamond grape seeds. Musky Diamond is great. All right, where's the link at? Oh shit. I don't see the link there. Jackie D. You're right. Jackie Dannenberg. Ah, Indy, you must be local. You know Jackie. Yeah, she's originally from the Northeast. She met Conrad at Space Camp. We lost a recent war game in hours. That's true. And every time we've done a war game simulating war with Taiwan every year, we've lost it faster than before. So hopefully we got something up our show. Hopefully we got something up our sleeve. All right, guys. I'm watching. That's good. All right, for those just joining, maybe I should do a share here. Few days always to join Amish community, you have to dress like them, learn German, then they will deliberate amongst the elders and community as if they accept you or not. So should a tribe speak German? How about Nordic? Speak Norwegian or Icelandic. Few days always have an alternate tribe. An Amish one. There you go. Chinook. We got to reach across the aisle to find the common ground, right? Yeah, we need to try to. Well, one thing to do is take all the tension out of the world by creating a world where we don't need all this crap we need today. Of course, it won't quell the political ambitions of some, but it definitely take the material aspects out of all this power lust. You have to work for them. Well, they farm for 1 year. There you go. That shows what you're made out of. I'm sorry about yawning here. Apologies for that. 108 in the ring. Yeah, we still got a lot of people in there. It's 12:23. I'm not going to stay here a lot longer, guys. I'm going to have to get me some coffee and stuff like that. Eddie Jet Greg. I wonder if the Amish are getting I don't know. I don't know, guys. Don't know. I can't really say that right out. You know what Amish people don't get because they want don't watch TV. TV. Oh my gosh. Coffee. Wait, I got a little bit here. That's totally ice cube. Water there. So if you never watched my channel before and you're coming in here and what this is all about, look, we're a family. We come in here to have a chat amongst ourselves. That's what this is about. It's just a chance for us to chat, especially in a day when we are so distancing, when family don't want it. A lot of families still don't want to get together for family reunions. So things have not yet returned to normal. And now we got supposedly another round coming. Tell, lie, vision. There you go, Eddie Jetty. So for those that were wondering, I'll show the article here real quick. Let me go back to the share. I got to go back to my Zoomer page. Share screen. Here, this screen first. biggest U.S. Navy war games in 40 years. I won't go into as deep as I did the first time. A lot of people here has already seen this. I'm not gonna bore them with it, but you know, basically we're in the Atlantic and Pacific doing the biggest war drill we've done in 40 years, spanning 17 time zones. So what's cooking? Americans fear that Chinese invasion Taiwan is closer than we think. A lot of stuff about that. Mainly we're talking about our tensions with Russia, China, and India is what it says. Okay. And I guess LEC is the name of the event. Test our commanders across the spectrum. Naval warfare. But here's what got my attention. But it remains unknown if China will pay attention, Russia and China will pay attention to the war games, or if they have been interpreted as an act of aggression. That's what we got to watch out for, guys. If you're going to make an attack, you would do so under the guise of war games first. Right? All right. Stop sharing. Hey, hello. That's what folks are saying now. Google says Army somehow are not doing it. Blood pressure goes down. You stop watching TV. There you go. Teresa Robbins, okay. Give a horse tonic in the morning. Uh-oh. Felt a vision. Free honey mesquite. Okay, that sounds good. Hey, you can always send me some. I wouldn't mind it. You can go to greengregs.com and my address is there. Greengregs.com, bottom of the pages. All right, guys. I'm shot. I'm tired. I think we're gonna call it a night. We got 103 in the room. That's great. I'm losing focus here fast, so I think I need to go. Most things on TV are diversion. Yeah, I believe that. And you'll never get any news on the news, at least on TV, right? Very much deep. I got desert property. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm fading fast, guys. I'm gonna go. I gotta jump the coffee pot or something. How's that okra doing great? Yeah, I go back and look at it. I haven't even been out there days. The weeds haven't choked it out. Seriously, it's rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. The weeds have really grown. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. So I want to thank everyone for watching, all my great viewers, family that's been in here. I want to thank all you super chatters. You've been awesome. It really helps tonight because these videos typically get demonetized for a little bit. I usually appeal, and I usually win the appeals, but sometimes it takes a long time, and at nighttime, they're a little slow to respond to YouTube on the appeals sometimes. Yeah, I'm at the point of getting coherent here too, so I know I need to go. I got to get some coffee or something to get my coherence back up. I appreciate everybody for the super chats, for all the viewers, and you mods. You've really been working tonight, mods. Mods, you've done a great job. Thank you so much for all that y'all done. And thank you, one and all. It's Wednesday night. So I want, we're coming up on a weekend. So everyone have an awesome rest of the week and an awesome weekend. With that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Good night.